You've never been in trouble before. You have a job, a family, a life, and now one mistake, one arrest has you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering, am I actually going to go to jail for this? I'm Rick Fletcher, a Florida criminal defense attorney. I have represented hundreds of first time offenders who stood exactly where you are right now. I know the judges, I know the prosecutors, and most importantly, I know the math they use to decide your future. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Florida calculates your sentence using the Criminal Punishment Code Scoresheet. I'll explain how we keep clients under the prison threshold and specific programs that can erase this mistake from your record forever. Welcome back to the channel. When you are arrested for the first time, the legal system feels like a black box. You hear horror stories from friends or you read terrifying things online. But in Florida, sentencing isn't based on a judge's mood that morning. It's based on a formula, a literal spreadsheet. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain on that formula so you can stop guessing and start preparing. Everything revolves around Florida Statute 921.0024, which established the Criminal Punishment Code Scoresheet. Here is the rule you need to memorize: 44 points. Every crime in Florida is assigned a level from 1 to 10. Level 1 is minor, like a minor drug possession. Level 10 is severe, like murder. We take your primary offense, the main crime you are charged with, and we assign it points. Then we add points for any additional offenses. We add points if there was victim injury. We add points if you have a prior record, which, if you are watching this, is likely 0. And then here's the math. If your total score is 44 points or higher, the judge is required by law to sentence you to state prison. They have almost no choice. If your score is 22 points or lower, the judge cannot sentence you to state prison unless they explain in writing why you are a danger to the public, which is very rare for first-time offenders. If you are between 22 and 44 points, prison is possible but not mandatory. This is the danger zone where having a good lawyer matters most. Let's look at what this means for you. Scenario number 1, the third-degree felony. So let's say possession of cocaine. This is a level 3 offense. It scores 16 points. You have no prior record. No one was hurt. So your total score is 16 points. And the result, you do not score prison. Unless there are aggravating factors, a first-time offender here is looking at probation or even a diversion program, which we'll get into in a minute. Scenario number 2, the dangerous felony. For example, burglary of a dwelling. This is a level 7 offense. It scores 56 points, even with 0 prior record. So just being charged with this one crime puts you over the 44-point line. And the result is mandatory prison unless your lawyer can negotiate a downward departure or get your charge reduced. There is one massive exception to the score sheet, and those are for mandatory minimum sentences. Even if you have 0 points on your record, certain crimes carry sentences that a judge cannot lower. For example, drug trafficking. As we discussed in my other videos, simply possessing 4 grams of fentanyl or 28 grams of cocaine triggers a mandatory minimum prison sentence, which could be from 3 years to 7 years or 15 years, regardless of the score. Also, the 10-20 life law. If you pull a gun during a crime, it's a mandatory 10 years, and if you fire it, it's 20 years. Doesn't matter if it's your first offense. The statute, which is 775.087, takes the discretion away from the judge. Okay, so that's the scary part. Now let's talk about the solutions. If you are a first-time offender, we have tools that repeat offenders do not have. Number 1, pretrial intervention or the diversion program. This is the gold standard, and for many third-degree felonies and misdemeanors, we can negotiate with the state attorney to place you in a diversion program. You complete community service, maybe take a class, some drug counseling, stay out of trouble, and the result is the state drops the charges. No conviction, no plea. You can then expunge your record immediately. Number 2, the withhold of adjudication. If you don't qualify for PTI, we can fight for a withhold, and under Florida Statute 948.01, a judge can sentence you to probation but withhold formally convicting you. And why does this matter? It matters because you're not a convicted felon. You can legally say you have never been convicted of a crime. You keep your civil rights like voting, and crucially, you might be able to seal your record later on down the line. Or number 3, a downward departure. If you do score over 44 points, all hope is not lost. We can file a motion for a downward departure where we argue to the judge that there is a legal reason to ignore the score sheet. For example, if the crime was an isolated incident and you've shown remorse. Now, the biggest mistake first-time offenders make is panic pleading. They go to arraignment without a lawyer, the prosecutor offers credit for time served or just probation, and they take it just to get it over with. Do not do this. If you plead guilty and get adjudicated guilty, you you are a convicted criminal forever. You lose the chance for PTI, you lose the chance to seal your record, and you lose your rights. Now, being a first-time offender is scary, but it is also the moment where you have the most leverage. You have a clean slate, so use it. If this video helped you understand where you stand, please hit that like button and subscribe. And if you are facing your first charge in Florida, call my office immediately. We can run your score sheet, evaluate your eligibility for diversion, and build a plan to protect your future.